There's a few times when I'm in a restaurant where I'm like speechless. Sorry, but is anyone else excited right now?
This is pure heritage.
All right, well, we're with Chef Miguel in the Elements restaurant currently.
Hello.
Hello, welcome to the internet. So before we dive into starting to cook, I wanted to get a little background of like your story. Maybe the name Elements, where does it come from restaurant-wise?
Growing up, for me, I grew up very poor. So my family had always taught me of respect of ingredients, respect of food, respect of what you have. So Elements make sense. It's based on the 4 elements of the earth. I choose a beet and my logo because I love beets. Most of the plants, especially the tubers, require a lot of elements to grow. So I'm like, the beet, the name, everything makes sense.
When was the first time you realized that you really wanted to be like a chef?
I think it happened after a month I started to work in the restaurant industry. I want to be able to create my own stuff and play with food and explore and do all kinds of things.
But you fell in love with food, you feel like at a younger age, when from parents or something?
Yeah, growing up, my mom cooked a lot. A lot of the inspiration of using what you have comes from my mom. My mom, my grandma, my aunts, they will always be cooking. All the kids will be playing in the backyard. And, my uncles will be just drinking and waiting for the food. And so it's always around food. But I never thought I will be able to cook myself until I came to the States.
How does it feel now to be able to live your passion? Because I feel like a lot of people in life, they kind of dream about what you have. So how does it really feel to wake up every day and you're living your dream?
I don't believe necessarily that it's passion, because passion runs out. Passion goes up and down. It's more being driven, and it's more having the desire to give in a plate something that you crave. So for me, that's part of it. That's why I wanted to cook.
I'm just excited to eat everything you're about to make today. I say we go to dish number 1, which is the
octopus. Octopus Alla Plancha. This is from the Mediterranean Ocean, so it's from Spain. I can't take this out of the menu anymore because it's now, I guess, essential in my menu. We just want to warm it up a little bit and just get a little bit of a crust, a little bit of a sear to it. Once you put it in there, just walk away. Don't look at it, don't touch it, don't try to move it. When it's ready, the fish will release. It will not stick, it will not do anything. Put it in there, you walk away, it's gonna do its thing. It's hoppy. So next thing, we're gonna do regular old roasted potatoes. And I cook them in saffron. Just give them a little bit of, just heat them up. So this is my first introduction. It's full of flavor, it's bold, it tells my story, and it makes people excited on what's coming next.
Oh yeah, I'm excited for what's coming next. Thank you, Chef. Okay, so I'm going to go in for a piece of from the big part of the octopus. I'm excited. Ready? The seasoning is so good. You notice how there's no salt or pepper on the table, which I hope. Do you even put that out?
No.
Why would you? There's no point. When you put that thing on the grill, I was a little afraid at first. I'm like, that's a huge hunk of octopus, but it is to die for. And the seasoning is so good. And this is only part 1 of 2 more things we're making too. What are we rock and rolling over here now?
So this one is pork tenderloin. It's been marinated with mole seasoning.
My problem is I'm dreaming about the food because now that I've tasted one of your dishes, now I already know everything else is going to be amazing.
This polenta. So why did I decide to serve it with polenta? I love tamales. Okay, so growing up for me, sweet tamales are like, I'm addicted to them. And we always had them on Christmas in Mexico. So
is that like a tradition kind of thing? Or
it's tradition in my family. So this is essentially just cornmeal polenta. It's a cake, but it has sweet corn in there. So the taste of this, it's sweet. It has a little bit of a sweetness to it.
It's from other.
I mean, when I was cooking in Chicago, a lady taught me to make polenta from scratch. And the first polenta that I made, it was like, done in 10 minutes.
Yeah.
She was like, no. It takes an hour. You have to stay there. You have to stick to it. You have to go through it.
There's just so many different elements
There's
going
so
on.
much stuff in there. Elements. That's right.
I'm blown away right now. I'm just want to eat more food. I want to live here. I want to put a bed in the back and just be my chef forever. It's funny too because this could just be a piece of pork, and then a little mole sauce, but with the carrots on there, with all the flavor, and then the on the bottom the polenta as well. Is there a perfect bite in your mind?
Any bite that you take in that dish is gonna punch you in the face.
Oh my god.
Whether it's just polenta or whether it's just pork, it's gonna be super flavorful.
All right, I'm gonna do a little bit of pork with the mole sauce.
Graphic warning, Justin's gonna be punched in the face here.
Yeah.
See it?
So good.
Tender, obviously. And what I love is that I would eat just the pork. I would eat just the mole. Like all these things coming together on one plate. What did you do to that polenta, man?
Nothing.
What the hell did you do to that?
Nothing.
It took, how long did it take to make that?
It
2
takes
hours?
it takes an hour and a half.
It's
You have
just
to.
It's so creamy. Oh my god, so good. Isn't this amazing that life could be like this? This is in Vancouver, Washington. Who thought? Who'd have thought? The other dish was good, but this is amazing as well.
Good.
This is really good.
Good.
Okay.
Scallops.
Go to the scallops. Those are some meaty scallops there, Chef.
Yep.
Alright, so step number 1.
So step number 1. So this is we're gonna serve it for scallops. As you can see, it's smoking. So this is oyster mushrooms.
Beautiful.
And this one on the menu is described as risotto, but it is not risotto. This is simply just cauliflower.
So a traditional risotto would be made obviously with arborio
With
rice.
arborio rice, yep.
But this is just fresh farm cauliflower.
This is just cauliflower. And what I like to do,
Little butter. Oh, yes.
put a lot of butter in there.
Oh yeah.
Some herbs. All this butter and herbs and
Oh, the smell coming off that is so tasty.
so the risotto just goes in there. Like I said, this is a very simple dish. It's not about any of the ingredients. It's just somehow everything makes sense.
Are we rolling, gentlemen? Okay. The gloves off. Now I have to prepare myself because I wasn't ready for the other dish. I'm going to mentally prepare myself before I take the first bite.
This one, because you won't know what to expect until you try it.
All right, I'm going to go in for the cauliflower risotto first. That sauce on the bottom. so buttery and creamy, but there is no butter in that at all. Just the scallops had the butter,
Just
but
on
that
the
wasn't
scallop.
even in
That's
the...
it.
And then the little currants in there as well. The sauce on the bottom is almost like a flip-flop. Like there's two completely different flavor profiles going on right now that it's hard to...
Identify one or the other.
My mouth does not know what's going on. Because I'm tasting the deliciousness from the tasty mushrooms and the currants, as well as like the cream and the sauce of that. But the bottom is just so... What is the sauce again on the bottom you said? It's
vanilla bean and saffron.
That's crazy.
Cream.
All right, going in for a scallop. It's a full mouth.
Pressure, huh? They're simply just here. They're technically rare. Like I said, this is the like one of the simplest menu items, and it works. It makes people happy. I don't know if it's because of just the scallops,
Yeah.
because
Well, I know I'm supposed to be like amped up on camera,
Very
here,
cool.
like, "Oh," but like I feel so at peace and relaxed right now.
it's an experience, and food, it's fuel for all of our bodies. But if you get some fuel and you can enjoy the fuel, that's awesome. It's what's beautiful about this industry. It makes me happy, and it makes me realize, like, this is why I love to do what I do, because I get to touch other people's heart with what I do, and
It's like a universal language where like no matter what your background is or where you come from, like when you just share a plate of food with whoever
Yeah.
it is, like there's a moment comes from it.